What's up, world? Today I'm going to talk to you about narcissists and toxic people in general. As you can see, my shirt says "so over it." It's backwards, me in the video, but I'm sure you can read it just fine. Anyway, you ever have a situation where you think you're in a healthy relationship, but then you realize, hey, the person I'm with is trying to control me? Well, believe it or not, that happens to more people than you might think. Now, to be honest, toxicity can come from even the places you least expect to come from. Before I continue with the rest of this video, if you like this video at the end, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell to be alerted when I post new videos. Now that that's out of the way, okay, yeah, I just realized I forgot to say who I am. I'm Narina Blaze. Usually that's the first thing that comes out of my mouth when I post these videos. Don't know why I didn't do that tonight. Oh well, doesn't matter right now. Next time I will say my name at the beginning like I normally do. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, right. Sorry, I tend to lose my train of thought a lot. And quite easily. Especially when I'm out of breath. Oh, hang on. Excuse me. I've dealt with toxic people literally my entire life. I was raised by a toxic person, i.e. my biological mother. She was an alcoholic. She was controlling. She taught me how to lie and steal without being caught. Don't ask. I don't know why she did it either. Maybe the alcohol made her believe that she was doing the right thing. No. No, she wasn't. Truthfully, my life became a living hell because of my alcoholic mother. I have been in 7 relationships, one of whom I have dated off and on for 12 years. The 4th and final chance I gave my now ex-fiance, well, let's just say that I thought he was a good person. But then, when push comes to shove, I learned the truth as to who he is. He is a manipulative bastard, pardon my language. Can I say that one on the internet? I probably can't, so I apologize in advance if I said a word that I probably shouldn't say online. He was a manipulative jerkwad either way. He tried to tell me how I'm going to run my future acting career. Yes, I want to be an actress. I want to be a singer. I want to become famous in any way, shape, or form I can, as long as it's within reason. I'm not going to break the law to become famous, no. I mean, who does that? Narcissists. Toxic people. That's who. Who in their right mind does that? No one. No one in their right mind commits crimes just to become famous. You'd have to be out of your mind to be committing a crime in the first place. You'd have to be a toxic person to think that committing XYZ crimes will make you famous in a good way. No. Fame doesn't work out like that. Fortune doesn't work out like that. They say that money is power. And they say that you can be happy without it. Not always. In my case, that's not really true. I've gone my whole life on living on a I've gone my whole life on living on a set income that my parents brought home from work. Or since I got my social security checks that I get monthly from Social Security. Yeah, $800 doesn't get you very far. If that's all you make a month, that's not going to help you survive in life. That barely pays bills, let alone rent. 95% of an $800 check goes to rent in a lot of places. Sorry, did I get off the topic again? Yeah, I did. I do that a lot. I don't know why. Probably because growing up with toxicity, it's become a defense mechanism for me to get off topic. I mean, how many of you grew up with toxicity? How many of you learned to trail off topic in defense of the toxic situation you're in? I know I did. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, that's how my brain works. Might not be how your brains work. Still, some people don't always see the signs of when they're in a toxic relationship. One of my exes, for example, he used me for my money and for the food and shelter my uncle and I provided him. Because he was homeless when I met him, working at Wendy's. But then sometime after meeting me, he quit his job. Instead of working that final week that his boss told him to work, he didn't return to work at all. In fact, I don't even think he was actually working the entire time he was dating me. Because he was probably all, oh, hey, free money. I don't have to work. Free shelter. I don't have to worry about having a roof over my head. Yeah, no. If someone's using you just for money, male or female, they're a gold digger. And they are toxic. Gold diggers are toxic people. They're a good example of toxic people. A good example of a potential narcissist. I don't know about other people, but me, I'm so over it. I'm so over the drama that comes with toxicity in life. Narcissists and other toxic people, all they care about are the elements of disharmony. What are the elements of disharmony, you ask? They are cruelty, deceit, sadness, selfishness, disloyalty, and to put it in terms from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, dark magic. Of course, dark magic also applies to Wiccans and pagans. Yeah, my life. My life is complicated. But I'm also complicated. Still, the 6 elements of disharmony. If someone you know represents at least 4 out of 6 of these elements of disharmony, they are toxic people. Get them out of your lives immediately. Because you don't need that drama. You don't need them making you unhappy. If you think... Let me put it to you this way. If you are in an abusive relationship, get out of it. For example, if you are in a situation where your boyfriend or your girlfriend is beating you up on a daily basis, and you give the excuse that, oh, it's okay, you don't see how sweet and gentle they are when they hit me. No, that is not healthy. That's a toxic relationship, an unhealthy one. Get yourself out of that as soon as you can. Don't let them control you. Go to the police. Do something about it. Don't let those negative people control your life. Don't let those negative people control your life. Don't let those gold diggers be in your life just for money. They are gold diggers, regardless as to whether they are your significant other or your friends. If they only contact you for money, they are not your true friends. Unfortunately, even family will contact family only for money. If they're doing that, I hate to say this, but you might need to get those members of your family out of your life. Yeah, I get it. You're probably only keeping them in your life for the sake of other family members, such as children or grandchildren. But don't let those gold diggers in your family push you around. Stand up to them. If they want to go around spreading lies, saying that you were the toxic one, that you were the bad guy in the relationship, well, that's their problem. That's on them. But for those of you who hear stories about so-and-so being abusive from the person who was actually the cause of the abusive relationships, step back and ask yourself, is this person telling me the truth? Or are they trying to lie to make themselves seem like the good guy? Because the moment you learn the truth about them, if you let them into your lives, is the moment you learn that those stories they're telling may or may not be the truth. That those stories they're telling might be lies. If that's the case, before you even let them into your lives as more than just a casual acquaintance, step back and think. Leap to conclusions, and you leap to confusions. Basically, what that means is that if you jump to conclusions about something, you might end up getting confused when you're trying to learn the truth. You might get other people angry with you. Never make assumptions based on one side of the story. If you're going to get down to the truth, hear out both sides of the story. I mean, the Bible, for example, God is basically telling us that Satan's a narcissist, but do we even know his side? Do we even know Lucifer's story? No. We only know God's side of the story. Why is that, you ask? Because God wants us to know only one side of the story. His side. Yeah, I hear you Christians and Catholics and all people who worship God, who worship one true God, saying, clutch into your Bible or whatever your religious book or Torah is for dear life. I hear he's saying, but Narina, if you put God first, he will guide you. I'm sorry, but no. From my experiences, God is toxic in my life. Every single one of my prayers went unanswered. I prayed to him my whole life because I was raised a Christian. But all my prayers went unanswered. Not once did my prayers go answered. But then I started praying to the gods and goddesses of ancient mythologies. My gods and goddesses. Hades, Zeus, Poseidon, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hebe, Aphrodite, Artemis, Apollo, Ares, Lupa, Ra, Anubis, Set, Isis, Bast, gods and goddesses like them. The moment I started praying to them is the moment my prayers have been answered. And my prayers have been answered ever since. I stopped praying to a God that I was raised to believe in. At one point in my life, I truly believed I did believe in him. But then I learned the truth. I don't really believe in the Christian God I was raised to believe in. I was praying to a God I never believed in. That God was a toxic being in my life because I was unhappy. I was unhappy. But when I started praying to the gods and goddesses I do believe in, from ancient mythologies, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Egyptian, Celtic, Native American, you name it. Every mythology out there that has more than one god or goddess, I'm polytheistic. I recently learned that on my biological dad's side of my family, that I'm Norse. I should have been believing in the Norse gods like Thor, Loki, and Odin all along. But I was raised to believe in the Christian God I do not believe in. You believe in that God, good for you. If your prayers have been answered because of this God that you believe in, good for you. You're lucky. Every single one of my prayers went unanswered because of the God I was raised to believe in. As a Christian, because of the Christian God I don't really believe in at all. Just praying to a God that I don't believe in. That's the story of my life. I was unhappy being Christian. I was unhappy blindly following the Bible. Then at the age of 18, I learned the truth as to who I am. I'm a solitary pagan witch. Paganism is part of who I am. Part of my life. The truth as to who I am meant to be. I know what you're thinking. But Narina, you're letting the devil get to you. You're letting the devil and his minions and his demons control you. That's what you believe. I don't believe in anything, well, much of anything from the Bible. Admittedly, some of what I've read in the Bible, some of what was preached to me from the Bible when I was growing up. Yeah, there's scientific evidence stating that some of those events are true historical events. And Jesus Christ, he would have been 2 years old by the time the three wise men got to him. He wasn't born on Christmas Eve. No, he was actually born somewhere in March, I want to say. And stupid lazy eye doesn't want to focus on the camera right now. Come on. Come on, eye. Yeah, no, it doesn't want to focus. Yeah. If my eye is creeping you out, I apologize in advance. I have no control over that. It's a lazy eye for a reason. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Still wanting to wander off without my glasses. Nope. Nope, I can't fix that. I'm sure it'll go back to normal when I get off this live video feed. I apologize for this. Sorry, my eye distracted me, and it probably distracted some of you as well. Well, anyway. The Christian God that I was raised to believe in, he was a toxic being in my life. I was unhappy. And I cannot, for the life of me, believe that any Bible out there says that homosexuality is a sin. In fact, my life growing up was so bad from being raised by a toxic mother, my alcoholic mother, when I was growing up, that there were times in my childhood where I thought about committing suicide. Things were that bad for me. However, when I wanted to talk to my grandmother about my suicidal thoughts, I couldn't. Why? Because the day I was going to admit to her that I'm feeling suicidal, she said, and I quote, "The Bible says that those who commit suicide will go to hell. Suicide is a sin, and therefore those who commit it will burn in hell." What the hell isn't a sin with Christianity? Homosexuality is a sin. I'm guessing being transgender is a sin. Any part of the LGBT community is a sin. Homicide is a sin. Suicide is a sin. What the hell isn't a sin? Think about that. Sometimes you have to tell little white lies when you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. Or when you want a child to stay young and innocent for as long as possible. Until the day they learn that what they thought was the truth is actually a little white lie. I'm not going to reveal what those little white lies that parents tell kids are, because I know there are probably kids watching this YouTube video. And I don't want to shatter their hopes and dreams by revealing the truth. However, what they believe to be the truth is the truth in one way or another. I mean, there's a lot of little kids who get told by their schoolmates or their classmates that Santa Claus isn't real. Yeah, no, that's not true. I may be 26 years old, but I know from personal experience that seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. Kids don't have to see the North Pole in Santa's workshop to know that it's there. Kids don't have to see reindeer fly to know that there's magic that makes them fly, that helps them fly for that matter. I don't have to see Santa Claus to know that he's real. Because whether you believe this or not, I did have an experience when I was younger, when I was in high school to be more specific, at 12 past midnight on Christmas Eve. For some reason, I woke up at 12 past midnight when I had fallen asleep hours prior. I don't know why, but I woke up and I heard sleigh bells ringing from the rooftop outside. And I heard hoofs. I heard hooves on the roof, taking off. Then moments later, I heard a voice saying, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." To those who do not believe, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry that you don't believe in magic, that you don't believe that Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Jack Frost, that all those mythical beings aren't real. I feel bad for you because you don't have an imagination that's strong enough to live well into your 20s, well into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You don't have an imagination that's strong enough to live from the day you're born to the day you die. I feel bad for those of you who don't have an imagination at all, actually. And I'm sorry, I know I got off topic again, but I needed to get that off my chest. There will be more detail about the whole Santa Claus thing in a Christmas video for some time down the line. I can assure you of that. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to keep getting off topic. I really don't. I don't even know why I keep doing it. Why do I keep getting off topic? I'm sorry. Yeah, so we were talking about narcissists and toxicity throughout the entire video, and I kept getting off topic. Yeah, I think I'm getting the video now before I get even further off topic and before I start confusing myself. Once again, this has been Narina Blaze, and have a good life.